Hello twin flame friends, welcome to my channel. This is Charlotte with Happy Twins 1111. So hello and thank you to all my new subscribers. It's so lovely that you've joined us. I hope you guys enjoyed the meditation video yesterday. If you've not checked that out already, I posted a video titled Twin Flame Healing, How to Meditate. So that includes instructions of how you can meditate independently, as well as a guided meditation to get you started and to demonstrate instructions. So let me know your feedback on that, because I've had so many people ask me recently and felt it was really appropriate to do that. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Now, if you would like to book a twin flame connection check with me, you can find the information about that in the description box below. That basically refers to checking if you're dealing with a real twin or not. I also do a mini clearing for each of you, which includes chakras, grounding and auric field. And I do a review of the connecting energies between you to see what stage you're at, what's happening within the connection and what's blocking you. If you've not seen how that service is, if you've not seen that service demonstrated, I did do a live stream. The video isn't public, but if you'd like to see it, drop me an email, I'll send you a link. You can also book a private tarot reading with me, and the information about that is also in the description box below. Now, I'm going to start advertising my spirit release therapy work soon, because we've had such tremendous and incredible feedback from the twins we have been treating with spirit release therapy. There isn't a lot of information about it on my channel. I don't talk about it often, mainly because it's very intense work, and I can't do more than one or two people a day. I can't offer this service to sort of more than one or two clients a day. So I've been working with three beautiful, lovely lady twins and teaching them how to do this as well, so that we can all work together to cater for you all. Whenever I mention it, we do get a flood of inquiries, and my diary for it fills up pretty quick, so I've not really had to advertise it. But now that there's more of us, we can definitely accommodate more of you. So spirit release therapy is about clearing you of anything negative, an attachment, entity, being, curse, hex. It just removes anything that doesn't serve you and gives you a clear energetic space to work from. The responses we've had have been incredible, and we clear both twins. So if you would like more information about that, send me an email and I will drop you a document which describes it. And if you would like to find out about who else is doing this, then we've got Infinite Twin Flame Healing. She's another reader. She's a new reader to YouTube, but go and check her out. Her link is in the description box below. She's amazing. We've also got Jodie from the Devic Connection. Her link is also below. She also channels, gets channeled messages from spirit about your twin or your situation. She's absolutely incredible. So she doesn't use tarot, but she does like a channeled reading where she just connects the light and chats with you. So check out Jodie as well. And of course, we have the wonderful Made for Love, who a lot of you guys I'm sure are familiar with. She's a very popular reader on YouTube. So those three lovely ladies have been working with me on spirit release therapy, and I think we're good to go. We're good to take more clients between us, and it's just an absolute joy working with them girls as a team. So if you don't resonate with my readings, go and check them out. You know, not all readers are going to fit everybody. We're all so different. We've all got something new and different to offer. So I'm very happy to recommend them. Actually, I'm going to set up the featured channels, I think, on my page, because I don't have any on there at the moment, and put on there all the readers I enjoy and respect and value, so that I can share the love. Now, I'm not doing a pick a pile today. I was really guided just to do one pile for the Divine Masculine to see how he's getting on post this blue moon energy. And we're going to look at what energies is he in post the Scorpio blue moon. You know, how did he fare through that transformative energy that the blue moon brought us? How's he feeling about himself, to get an idea for what kind of energy he's in personally, how he's feeling about you, and how he's feeling about the situation. As always, I will also pull some cards for the Divine Feminine regards, what you need to do to move forward for the highest, greatest good. Now, this is the After Tarot. I don't use this deck very often. They're very Rider-Waite in style, but with a slight twist. but they've really been calling to me this last week. I've not put them in a reading yet, but these are the ones I've been using for personal readings. And I just sit here shuffling them all day. I don't know why. They just feel good right now. So let's do this. Now, because this is a collective reading, it's not going to resonate for everybody. You know, take what matches, release what doesn't. We'll keep that because we've got King of Swords coming up. So what energies is the Divine Masculine post Scorpio Moon? How's he feeling about himself? Actually, I'm just going to check that these are in shot and you can see them just about. Just move them over a bit. Okay. How's he feeling about you? And the situation. It's so weird. I've been doing so many readings this week and so many of the same cards come up for the Divine Masculines. That's why I really felt drawn to do a collective reading for the Divine Masculine, because we really are seeing so many patterns and synchronicities across the board. You know, so many Divine Feminines are going through similar circumstances with their DMs right now. And looking at this lineup, it's just blowing my mind. I mean, I've already seen all these cards this morning. I've done 4 readings this morning and it's just mad. It's crazy how this works. What mad journey, I love this. Okay. So looking at the energies he's in post Scorpio Blue Moon, he's certainly downloaded a lot of truth, but he's feeling very defensive right now. And he doesn't know how to give. He doesn't know how to reciprocate. He just doesn't. He's in this 9 of Swords energy, which in this card, sorry, in this deck, I hope you can see this. Let me just see where I need to hold. I've got a new tripod, so it's about there, isn't it? Okay. So you can see in this card that the 9 of Swords, he's holding the sword of truth, and he's attacking this very dark reptilian type creature. He's in bed, so you know this is disturbed sleep. This is waking up feeling horrible. If you've not cleared your Divine Masculine, actually, maybe that would be a good idea for some of you. They may need clearing, because this to me looks like very negative interference. But it is also a metaphor representative for his fears. And he's very afraid. You know, he's holding the truth, but he, you know, with this King of Swords energy as well, but he's not ready to release it. He's not ready to integrate it. And he's fearful. You know, he's afraid. He doesn't understand what all these new feelings mean. I talked on one of my videos recently about how this journey is particularly difficult for the Divine Masculine. And I say that because, you know, most all of us can remember when we first woke up, how terrifying that was, you know, for many of us. And prior to that, going through the twin flame journey when you're not awake is horribly confusing. You know, you're getting lots of synchronicities and just kind of spiritual downloads that make you feel mad and crazy. And I feel like this is the energy that our Divine Masculine is in. He's very scared. I feel like this Scorpio Blue Moon has been a dramatic purge. He's downloaded a lot of truth, but he doesn't know how to integrate it. He's not ready to integrate that change. So you see with this King of Swords energy, He's got butterflies represented in the background here as well. Yeah, and he's not ready to let the truth go. That's, he's holding on to that ego. It's not taking flight. He's observing the truth, but it's not integrated within him. It's not settled. With this Five of Wands energy, again, in this deck, it's different. Normally the Five of Wands are all, battling together with those sticks. But in this card, we see them all resting. Sticks poised, ready to go, ready to fight, but taking a moment's peace. And I feel like there's probably been a lot of conflict within your connection, and he's just, he's trying to embrace these spiritual concepts. Wands is spirit energy, it's fire. But he's not ready. He's not ready to pick up the conversation and talk about that. And with this Six of Pentacles reversed, he just doesn't feel abundant enough. There's he's aware that he's not been reciprocating equally. He's not comfortable with that. That doesn't make him feel good. It makes him feel emasculated. But, he's not ready to confront that, to work through it. So I feel like even though there has been a dramatic purge and he's becoming aware of the truth. And when I say the truth, I'm referring to the connection between you. He may not know what a twin flame is. He may not have a label for what's happening, but he's aware that something is happening, that there's some deeper meaning to what is occurring between the two of you. And I feel like he's very afraid of that. He doesn't know how to make sense of it. And, with this Nine of Swords energy, even a little bit tortured by it, really fearful. Or, as I said, he could be compromised energetically. It might be that he needs clearing. For a lot of divine masculines as well, I think this can represent dark night of the soul. Awakening can trigger that kind of breaking down of the ego, which brings up a lot of pain. So moving into how he feels about himself, really not great, He doesn't know how to move forward. He's afraid. He's not even allowing himself to imagine or plan or, even go there in terms of how he should move forward. He doesn't have a plan. He doesn't have any idea about what to do at the moment. He's not feeling abundant at all. And this really stands out in the whole reading. This just absolute feeling of worthlessness, hopelessness. He's very, very conflicted right now. So I can't help noticing that this row, in particular, we've got a lot of wands, and even though this is the Magician reversed, there is a wand in this card, and the same for the Four of Pentacles here. The Grim Reaper holds a wand of swords. You don't normally see the Grim Reaper in the Four of Pentacles. I do feel like for some of you, your divine masculines are definitely being interfered with spiritually. For that Grim Reaper card and this reptilian creature here. But I think he's afraid. He's afraid of the spiritual stuff with this Queen of Wands reversed. He's not ready to embrace these spiritual concepts, and yet I feel like he's been bombarded with them post Scorpio Blue Moon. It's starting to dawn on him that something weird is going on here, and he's not seeing the wonderful part of that weird at the moment. He's very conflicted, and with the Hierophant in reverse, again, this is about resistance. It's about not acknowledging that higher spiritual power, or that something. I feel like it makes him vulnerable. It makes him feel out of control. And I think a lot of us can relate to that, because, there comes a time when the connection is causing you so much pain that you just want to release yourself from it. And of course you can't. So for someone that feels, that they like to be in control, and this is where they get a lot of their stability, security, and kind of, he feels out of control and vulnerable. I'm feeling like for a few of you, this guy may actually know what a twin flame is. He's figured that out and he's not happy about it. He's scared. He's just lost with this information, with this new truth download. Feeling very conflicted. I think he's torn between trying to rationalise it and trying to feel it. And the two are just jumbled, and he's rejecting and fearful of this idea that that he doesn't have a choice, that it's just what the connection is. I think we can all relate to that, can't we? In terms of how he's feeling about you, we've got this King of Cups energy, which, you know, that's deep emotion. And again, this deck's a little bit different to traditional tarot. You see the King of Cups pouring away his cup of water, releasing emotion, which traditionally the King of Cups doesn't do. You know, he holds it. He's very secretive. He knows how to conceal his feelings and to keep them close to his chest. But with this card, I feel like he's letting it go. He feels overwhelmed. So his feelings are strong and they're flowing. They're flowing. And again, this makes him feel out of control. He doesn't like this feeling of the intensity of it. He's not comfortable with it at all. With this Magician card reversed, I feel like he's just not seeing how he can respond to or deal with this. And, you know, for some of them as well, they may be trying to rationalise it by suggesting to themselves that it's you that's unbalanced, that, you know, this isn't real. It's possible that actually you're not as grounded and with it and together. So I do think some of them are thinking, oh my God, she's just crazy. Like, this isn't really happening to me. You know, with this moon energy, he's feeling like he doesn't know what to trust. There's a lot of illusion. And this is Cancerian energy. You know, we've got Scorpio energy here, Cancerian energy here. And he just doesn't trust what lays ahead. There's a lot of fear of delusion, fear of losing one's mind is really coming up, and just overall confusion about how to proceed, what path to take, how to move forward with you. So, you know, I feel for a lot of divine feminines, your masculine right now, he's in a world of pain. He's downloaded truth. You know, he's rejecting truth. He's feeling frightened by it, conflicted, confused, out of control. And even though his feelings for you run very deep and they're intense right now, you know, they're flowing, overflowing, in fact. He doesn't see a way forward. And one of the ways he's trying to make this okay for himself is to tell himself that you're probably crazy and this connection's crazy and the whole thing's crazy. And he doesn't trust it. He doesn't trust it. In terms of, you know, the feelings about the situation as well, again, there's just so much conflict here. He's not ready to really embrace and integrate the truth. That's what we see in this row. You know, with this Four of Pentacles, he's holding everything very close to his chest. He's not ready to release it. And then we've got the Ten of Cups reversed and the Lovers. You know, and I feel like again, this relates to this conflict. I feel like on the one hand, he thinks it would be wonderful to have a happily ever after with you. But it all just seems a bit too mad, and unhinged is the word that's coming close to me. He doesn't ever see that he could be abundant enough for a start, or could give to you what you're able to give to him. You know, he's really seeing the possibilities of this connection through his ego, in terms of, you know, I can't provide, I can't be that traditional male figure in this relationship. So I feel like, you know, probably dealing with a very powerful divine feminine who's fairly abundant, and this makes him feel less than good enough. So there's a lot of self-worth issues that are blocking this desire for a happy ending, for a coming together. And with the lovers, you know, this is about choices. And again, this lovers is very interesting. You've got the angel above holding the sword of truth, and the Eve offering the apple to Adam. And he's reaching out, but he's not grasped it. He's not taken it. He's looking straight at her, and he's not sure what to do. So I think, you know, to reassure you, yes, there are definitely feelings there with this King of Cups energy. It's very intense. Scorpio energy, you know, the King of Cups is deep, a deep well of emotion. But he doesn't see how it's possible for you to actually be together. He's really stuck with this. And again, the lovers are under the moon. We've got a lot of major arcana in this row. You know, this dark night of the soul, this absolute nightmare that he's going through. But this refusal or reluctance to accept guidance or to accept the journey, because it makes him feel out of control. This refusal to learn and expand his mind and, you know, acknowledge his own power. And with the moon, you know, above the lovers, again, just this massive confusion about the options and choices and how to move forward. There's a desire to, but there's also this blockage, this inner conflict, which is, you know, between ego and spirit. And this refusal to see the truth, to acknowledge the truth, this resistance to healing, resistance to his divine feminine at the moment, because, you know, he's literally thinking that this is a mad connection. He's just not sure what to do. All right, let's pull some more cards. Actually, I'm going to get these ones. I'm just going to move these up a bit. Well, I feel bad for this DM. You know, we've got to remember how hard awakening is, how hard it was when we first found out about the twin flame stuff, how painful it was. As I said, even if a lot of these guys haven't acknowledged the term twin flame, post this blue moon, they are just being triggered so hard to acknowledge that there is something deeper and weird about this connection. They're probably getting a lot of downloads, a lot of synchronicities, a lot of coincidences, and I feel like you're on their mind. You know, this isn't, if you've not heard from them, don't for a second think that they're not thinking about you. You know, I feel like they're absolutely eaten alive by thoughts of this at the moment, and it's not pretty. You know, it relates to conflict. We've got 5 of Wands, 5 of Swords. You know, and this is inner conflict. This is how he's feeling, both spiritually. It's a battle between spirit and logic. And he doesn't trust you. He doesn't trust his feelings for you. He doesn't trust your feelings for him. You know, I feel like the whole spiritual angle on this connection has just thrown him completely, frightened him. He needs time to make sense of it. What do you need to do to move forward? What do you need to do to move forward? You need to step into joy. You need to come into union with self. We've got 3 of Pentacles reversed, the universe, 2 of Pentacles reversed, and the Empress. So I feel like for a lot of divine feminines, they've been eating themselves alive regards this connection. They've been unable to move forward because they're stuck in this cycle of karma that they're not accepting or surrendering to. And with the world upright, that cycle is inevitable. You can't stop time. You can't stop destiny. And I think with the 3 of Pentacles and the 2 of Pentacles in reverse, you're being asked to stop focusing on union with your counterpart. Stop focusing on his karmic. Stop focusing on that which is outside of you. Embrace this gift, that the world is yours to hold. You are in it. And it is in you. And with this Empress card, the Divine Feminine card reversed, you need to unblock that energy. You need to step into your Divine Feminine power. And, I love the Empress in this card because she's represented by 3 people. Mother, Maid and Crone. She's holding the light. When she's aligned her energy, stepped into her own power, she holds the light in her receptive hand. She's ready and open to receive, and she releases pain and suffering. I don't know if you can see this with her releasing hands. The left is always receptive. We let go of negative energy to our right. She knows how to stay in alignment. And there's a lot of growth here. There's flowers and plants, and she's in a forest, and she's surrounded by this halo of protection. She's evolving, she's growing, she's blooming. She's holding the light, she's embracing energy, and she's releasing what doesn't serve her. This is a very powerful representation of the Empress for the Divine Feminines, I think. It's beautiful. You have to step into your power. It's time. You've just been in pain too long. And 2 of Pentacles to me is the Twin Flame card. And there's a mirror image here, the 2 people. But this is reversed, in terms of guidance of what you need to do. And with this 3 of Pentacles as well, you have to release. You've got to step back into this Empress energy and release the pain. Stop twisting yourself up. You don't need union. The gift is union with self. That's when you find real joy. With the 9 of Pentacles reversed, again, you need to unblock that. You need to start acknowledging how far you've come, how much you've achieved, and give yourself a break because you've done a lot of healing. And I know you might have wobbled out of alignment now, but you've been there and you can get back there. You know what you need to do to move forward. You need to step back into your own abundance. You've let it slip. And you need to accept that karma balances the truth. And this is justice. In this card you see the scales, and she's holding the sword of truth by the light of the moon, which represents intuition and everything that is cosmic. Karma needs time. It needs time to be resolved. There's a need for everything to be recalibrated here. Not just within you, but within the DM, within the collective, within, everything that's occurring right now. That's what the blue moon does. It's like a dramatic purge. And then you've got the 2 of Wands, which has one person in it holding the world. I've got one female here holding the world. And I think this is a really powerful message because we've got the 2 of Pentacles with that mirror image, the twin image reversed. Stop focusing on union. Focus on yourself. Focus on your connection with the divine, on your connection to the world and everything in it. Focus on growth. Focus on your emotional body, your energetic body, this halo of protection that's around her head. You know, this is a beautiful representation of union with self first. Embrace it. It's yours. It's there for the taking. You're so close. And with this Knight of Wands energy, you know, now is not a time to make an offer, to move forward, or to accept an offer. I feel like separation really serves you right now. It does. You know, it's in separation that we actually make the most progress as individuals. It's much easier to stay aligned when your divine masculine isn't around to trigger you. You know, the triggers still come, but they're different, and you've got the space to process them without confusion upon confusion, which, you know, I'm deep into surrender, but, you know, I still wobble out of alignment, and communication with my twin is draining and hard. I feel much more peaceful not speaking to him quite a lot of the time. You've got to embrace separations and the triggers. You know, we talked about triggers in one of my recent videos. If you've not seen that, go and watch, because the triggers are beautiful gifts, but you need to give yourself the space and time to process them, which is separation. It serves you. Right, so we've got you and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. And I feel like you are, you know, I think the message here is it's safe for you to move forward without him. And actually, do you know, I was talking to a lot of my clients in private readings this week, and also some of my friends, and one of the things that's been coming up is, you know, how to release fear. And when you think about it, you couldn't get rid of your twin flame if you tried. We're stuck with them. They're not going anywhere. There may be separations, they may run, but you're connected for all eternity to this guy, even if he's doing your head in, even if he's pissing you off, even if he's not treating you right, we're stuck with them. And there's actually a great deal of comfort in that when we're talking about fear of loss, fear of rejection, fear of abandonment. You can't lose this person, the other half of your soul. There's a great deal of comfort in that, and I feel like this is what this card refers to. You're safe. You don't need to be afraid. It's safe for you to move forward and embrace this time of separation and solitude and peace for you. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. Yeah, if you've been purging, if you've been getting all these triggers, these feelings coming up, don't resist it. Work through it. This is a time for healing. A time for healing, the balsamic moon. And the end of a tough cycle approaches. So, you know, we see these cycles coming to an end with the World card. And this reminder of that, you know, justice, there's just some karma being resolved here. But this is the end of a tough cycle. You're ready to step into union with self. You're ready to move into surrender and acceptance, which is, you know, this is this is where you release pain, you release fear, you release suffering, you move into a much calmer place. Yes, you'll still get triggered. Yes, you'll still fall out of alignment sometimes, but you will spend the vast majority of your time feeling peace and joy and unity within self, which is beautiful. You know, the end is coming. You've just got to push forward now. You've got to do that healing, a time for healing. Go and watch my meditation video yesterday. You know, start taking this healing seriously. You can't skip that part. You either evolve or repeat. You can stay stuck in a cycle of pain. This is where your divine masculine's trapped. He's refusing to release himself from it. He's so resistant. You know, when you surrender, you drag him onto that path as well. The divine feminine lights the way. She's the torchbearer. You know, you can... That's how you move closer to union, is by moving into union with yourself. And this inspires action in your divine masculine. You don't inspire him to come towards you by chasing him. You don't inspire him by living in pain and being needy and codependent and existing in the self-love deficit that you came to this journey with. You know, your job is to heal that. That's your only mission. And you can do this, Divine Feminine. You're ready. And we've got come up here joy, ascension, perception, and discernment. Wow. So, you know, joy is in transformation. That's what these butterflies show us in this card. The flowers blooming, growth. You know, this comes up under you are safe. You know, you're safe. You're ready to release and receive joy. Work through your fears, through ascension, through your spiritual connection, through divine. And perception has this yin and yang symbol under a time for healing. You know, your perception of healing needs to be adjusted because you're assuming that you can heal your divine masculine. You can't. You grow and heal yourself. This inspires him to heal. You can't teach him or show him or push him to do it. That will create more resistance. You have to focus on your own growth. Look, it's divided here in this card. Focus on your growth, a time for your healing. And we've got discernment here as well. You know, this is the number 6. It's about harmony and balance. You've got to be discerning about how this feels for you right now. This is about learning to trust, moving away from something when it doesn't feel good. Sometimes we carry on doing something that hurts us just because our ego drives us to it. We feel magnetized despite the toxicity or pain or suffering that root causes us. And you're being asked to separate yourself from ego so that you can discern the truth, so that you can understand that resistance means what resistance means and what magnetism means. So if you feel resistant to healing, if you're feeling like you just can't bring yourself to do it, you know, there's a blockage there. You're compromised somehow. You're stuck in ego. You're stuck viewing things through the filter of self-love deficit and codependency because you're not doing what's right for you, what's going to make you're not taking steps to release yourself from the pain you're feeling. You're not discerning the truth. But the truth is what will bring you into harmony and balance. Right, I'm going to pull one more card. I'm going to read this card straight from the book because they're just so beautiful. Unconditional love. Wow. That's what it's all about, guys. Beautiful. Unconditional love. You have a choice between two doors. Unconditional love and conditional love. Unconditional love is to love without judgment, conditions, expectations, and demands. It is love that stems from the heart space and is comprised completely of pure love, forgiveness, and compassion. Conditional love is to... Oh, sorry, I've just read that bit. When others fail to meet... Oh, sorry, I didn't. I'm getting so confused here. Conditional love is to love with conditions, expectations, attachments, fear, and judgments. Love is given and received freely as long as the conditions of the love contract are being met. When others fail to meet the requirements of the love contract, love is lost and replaced with issues of fear, distrust, and doubts. To have unconditional love is to first love yourself entirely. When you can completely love yourself with all your imperfections, you will have greater love and compassion towards others. If you are in a space where your love is conditional, ask yourself, from where does this condition stem? Most often you will find limiting thoughts and beliefs lingering in your subconscious. Deeper still, you may uncover the wounded child within you. It is to this child that love, understanding, and compassion must be shared. Now that you see the inner wounds within you, with the gentleness of love, you are better able to see the wounded child within others and you will clearly see the part in them that is most in need of love. This does not mean that you must stay in a situation that does not serve your highest good. Sometimes loving unconditionally means having to walk away. And the affirmation is, I love all facets of myself and send any hurt or wounds within me love and compassion. Associated chakras are sacral and heart. So, this is what this discernment card refers to. This does not mean that you must stay in a situation that does not serve your highest good. Sometimes loving unconditionally means having to walk away. You've got the dark bird here, not the light one. You've got to walk away to protect self. That's what loving self is, putting self first. This is about unity with self. To have unconditional love is first to love yourself entirely. I'm going to post a picture of this card and the write-up on my community page so you can review that again. That was really powerful, guys. I really hope that helped. Please like, share and subscribe. Comment down below. I always love to hear back from you. And I will see you all again soon.